Let's cut the bullshit. Living paycheck to paycheck isn't just exhausting, it's a slow death you relive every damn day. You wake up tired, not because you didn't sleep, but because the weight of not having enough never leaves your chest. You go to work, barely fueled, emotionally drained, just to hand most of your earnings to bills, debts and groceries that cost more every week. And then you smile. You smile like it's normal, like it's okay. Being broke is just part of life. But deep down, something in you knows this isn't how it's supposed to be. You weren't born to survive like a rat in a maze, chasing scraps and calling it success. You were born to build, to command, to own, not just your finances, but your damn life. This isn't a video about hacks or side hustles. This is a war cry, because if you don't change, nothing will. And the system, it's not coming to save you. It profits off your struggle. If you're tired of barely making it, if you're sick of seeing insufficient funds every time life hits you, if you're done pretending things are fine when you're dying inside, then listen closely, because at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a truth no one tells you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your broke-ass friends. A truth that can finally snap you out of the cycle, if you've got the spine to hear it. But first, we've got to expose the lie you were raised on. Here's the first harsh truth. You were born into a system that doesn't want you rich. It wants you obedient. They handed you a script before you could even think for yourself. Go to school, get good grades, get a safe job, buy a house, pay your taxes, retire when you're too old to live. They sold you a dream that ends in quiet desperation. They never taught you about real leverage, never taught you how to build wealth, never taught you that time is more valuable than money. Because if they did, you'd stop trading your life for hourly wages. Let's call it what it is, a scam. A socially accepted, culturally protected scam that keeps good men broke. You weren't given financial education, you were given financial sedation. Buy now, pay later. Live a little, treat yourself. All while the banks rake in interest, your employer bleeds you dry, and your future is sold for trinkets. And here's what's worse. You were taught to mock those who try to escape, call them dreamers, scammers, delusional, because if everyone else is stuck, it feels safer to be stuck too. That's the trap. It's not just financial, it's psychological. It trains you to think small, act scared, and obey silently, to settle for enough instead of reaching for greatness. But if you're watching this, you've already begun to question it, and that's your edge. That quiet discomfort, that frustration you feel every payday, it's not weakness, it's awakening. That fire in your gut is the part of you that remembers you were made for more. Now we're going to fuel that fire, turn it into action. Because once you see the trap, you have a choice. Keep playing your part in their system, or build a system of your own. Let's get one thing straight. You're not stuck because you don't make enough money. You're stuck because every time you make more, you spend more. You don't have a money problem. You have a discipline problem dressed in designer sneakers and takeout bags. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's a disease. You get a raise, and suddenly you're leasing a car you can't afford to impress people you don't even like. You get a bonus, and you celebrate by spending it before it even clears. Why? Because most people don't actually want wealth. They want to feel wealthy for a moment. They want that dopamine hit of I made it, even if their bank account says otherwise. And here's the trap. The more money you make, the more trapped you become. If you keep spending like a slave to your image, you're building a prison out of luxury, not a life of freedom. Let me put it bluntly. If your lifestyle grows faster than your income and your investments, you are walking backwards with a smile on your face. Your future isn't determined by how much you earn. It's determined by how much you keep and what you do with it. The man who stacks and invests 20k is richer than the man who earns 200k and blows it on ego, because one is building freedom, the other is renting status. You want to escape this cycle? Then stop pretending you're rich and start acting like you're at war. Treat every dollar like a soldier, and right now, you're sending your troops out to die for your cravings. Cut the bleeding, stack your cash, buy freedom, not feelings. Let's talk about what actually runs your life. Not your goals, not your dreams, not even your motivation, your habits, those unconscious routines that you repeat every single day. That's what's driving the car. And if we're being honest, most of your habits aren't just lazy, they're lethal. Wake up late, you're starting your day in debt. Scroll mindlessly, you're trading your attention, your power, for garbage, like crap. You're killing your energy before the day even begins. And then you wonder why success feels so far away. If your habits don't serve your goals, they're sabotaging them. You don't rise to the level of your ambition, you fall to the level of your system. Want to change your life? Don't start with a vision board. Start with your morning. What time are you waking up? What's the first input your brain receives? Are you reacting or are you leading? Because leadership starts with self. If you can't lead yourself out of bed, how the hell are you going to lead your family, your finances, your future? Let's be real. It's not a lack of opportunity keeping you stuck. It's the fact that you've rehearsed mediocrity so many times, it's become your baseline. Every habit is a vote for the man you're becoming. And most of you are out here voting for a weaker version of yourself. Start changing the way you operate. Build rituals that demand strength, not comfort. Wake up before the world. Read instead of scrolling. Train instead of complain. Budget like your life depends on it, because it does. When you master your habits, you stop being a victim of circumstance. You become a creator of outcomes. You want prestige? Then start acting like a man worthy of it. Let's talk income. Because if you've got one income stream in 2025, you're not secure. You're exposed. You're standing on a tightrope with no safety net. One misstep, and it's game over. And yet, most people treat their job like it's sacred. They pray to it, protect it, obsess over it, as if that one paycheck is their lifeline. Here's the truth. If your life depends on a single employer, you don't have freedom. You have a master. And let's be clear, jobs aren't bad, but they're not enough. A man with one stream of income is a man one crisis away from panic, from defaulting, from desperation. The new masculine edge? Diversification. Build multiple income streams, not for luxury, but for leverage. Not because it's trendy, because it's survival. If you can make money from your phone, your skills, your ideas, you've got power. If you can only make money by clocking in, you've got a leash. And that leash, it gets tighter every year. Cost of living rises, AI's replacing jobs, inflation's a thief with no mask. But your bills, they don't care about your excuses. They show up, on time, every time. So here's your move. Sell your skills online, launch a digital product, learn affiliate marketing, offer consulting, monetize your knowledge, start a side hustle that actually scales. Because the guy with 7 streams doesn't sweat when one dries up. He adjusts. He doesn't panic. In this world, adaptability is dominance. Stacking streams isn't just smart, it's masculine. Real power isn't loud, it's quiet. It's the man who knows, no matter what happens, he's covered. Become that man. If this video is lighting a fire in you, good, that's the point. This channel isn't for spectators, it's for builders, doers, men chasing prestige. So, if you're ready to break cycles and build freedom, hit that subscribe. Like this video, let's see who's actually serious. Here's a bit of truth most men avoid. You become who you tolerate. And if you're hanging around losers, guess what that makes you? Not evil, not broken, just comfortable. Comfortable with mediocrity, comfortable with small talk, comfortable with small minds. The people around you are either sharpening you or softening you. And let's not sugarcoat it. Most people are emotional dead weight. They spend their weekends escaping. They gossip more than they plan. They'll spend an hour talking about a Netflix series and never mention their goals once. And then they'll laugh at you for reading, mock you for grinding, tell you to chill out when you're trying to elevate. You know why? Because your discipline reminds them of their laziness. Your ambition makes their stagnation feel heavier. And here's what most don't realize. It's not just your time that gets drained by bad company. It's your standard. When your circle gets used to low effort, so do you. When no one around you is growing, neither are you. If you want to escape paycheck-to-paycheck living, you can't just fix your money. You have to fix your environment. Audit your circle like your future depends on it, because it does. Ask yourself, who do I spend the most time with? What are they building? What do they value? Are they lifting me or lulling me to sleep? Here's the rule. If they don't talk about money, purpose, health, and legacy, you're not in a circle, you're in a cage. And no man builds a kingdom while locked in a cage. So what do? You level up alone if you have to. You spend time in silence, in solitude, in discipline. Because eventually, your energy will attract a new circle, a sharper one, a stronger one that expects greatness from you. And when that happens, everything changes. Because proximity is power. And right now, your circle might be costing you millions. Here's a brutal fact that most people will never admit. You don't value your time. You say you want more money, more freedom, more control, but your calendar says you want comfort and distraction. Time isn't just something you spend, it's something you trade. And right now, you're trading hours of your life for what? Scrolling, gaming, sleeping in, binging shows that feed your boredom, not your future? Let me ask you something real. What did you build last week? Not what did you survive, not what did you watch, but what did you create? Because here's the truth. Broke people plan less than they scroll. Rich people plan more than they sleep. And before you get defensive, this isn't about hustle porn, this is about intentionality. It's about choosing how your hours are spent instead of letting the world steal them from you. Every single day, your time is bleeding. And if you don't seal the leak, it'll drain your potential long before it ever drains your bank account. Here's how you fix it. 1. Plan your day the night before. If you wake up without a plan, you've already lost. 2. Track where your time actually goes. You'll be disgusted. And that's good. Awareness precedes discipline. 3. Kill distractions like they're robbing your family, because they are. Every scroll, every mindless habit is stealing from your future self. 4. Build sacred hours. One block of deep focused work each day can change your entire financial trajectory over time. The man who masters his time doesn't need to ask for freedom. He builds it, hour by hour. You don't rise with luck, you rise with structure. Own your minutes or rent your life to someone else forever. Most people who finally get a little breathing room don't use it to level up. They use it to relax, to reward themselves, to escape. You pay off a bit of debt, and then what? You blow it on celebration. You got a raise, and you upgraded your wardrobe before you upgraded your mindset. Why? Because deep down, comfort is addictive. And for most people, comfort is the real goal, not freedom, not wealth, not greatness. But here's the truth. Comfort is a liar. It tells you you're okay when you're not. It tells you to rest when you haven't earned it. It flatters your ego while it rots your ambition. You don't escape paycheck to paycheck by taking more days off. You escape by making your growth non-negotiable. Don't reward survival, reward transformation. Use your extra cash to buy books, to invest in a program, to fund a business, to sharpen your skills, to build an asset. Buy tools that build capacity, not crap that boosts image. Here's the new rule. If it doesn't build you, free you, or multiply you, it's a trap. The man you want to become, he's built through discomfort, through sacrifice, through late nights and early mornings. You don't need another weekend off. You need a mission, a reason to get up before the sun and grind with purpose. Stop escaping to comfort, escape to dominance, escape to freedom, escape to the life that's been clawing at your chest every time you settle. Because you know what happens to men who chase comfort? They get weak, they get slow, they get left behind. But you're not here for comfort, you're here for legacy. You made it this far, so here's what no one tells you. Wealth is spiritual, not religious, not mystical, spiritual. It's a mirror of your inner world. If your mind is cluttered, your finances will be chaotic. If your values are flimsy, your bank account will be unstable. If your daily decisions are reactive and emotional, don't expect strategic, long-term results. Wealth is order. It's clarity. It's the external result of internal discipline. People think money is just about hustle, but hustle without alignment, that's just burnout with a paycheck. Money flows to those who can handle it, not just physically, energetically. You want to build wealth? Then stop chasing random trends and start mastering yourself. Control your urges, control your emotions, control your attention, control your environment. Because if you can't control you, the world will always control your wallet. Wealthy men aren't just financially intelligent, they're spiritually fortified. They protect their peace, they protect their focus, they protect their path. And that's the secret nobody's selling. Wealth doesn't start in your bank, it starts in your backbone. Let's recap this warpath. You were born into a system designed to keep you obedient, not wealthy. You've been sedated with distractions and told to be grateful for scraps. You leak power through bad habits, fake status, weak circles, and wasted time. You think you have a money problem, but really, you've got a standard problem. You don't need another raise, you need a rebuild. You want to escape paycheck to paycheck living? Then you need to kill lifestyle inflation, build discipline-driven habits, stack income streams like your life depends on it, cut the emotional fat from your environment, guard your time like it's sacred, and stop worshipping comfort like it's salvation. Because let me say this clearly, no one is coming to save you. Not the government, not your boss, not the algorithm, it's you, or no one. And if you don't decide right now to raise your standards, you'll be here again in 5 years, broke, bitter, and blaming everyone but yourself. But if you do decide, if you take ownership, strip away the lies, and rebuild from the inside out, you'll become unbreakable. You won't just escape the cycle, you'll break it forever. And that man, the man who did the work, who built something from nothing, who rose without permission, that's the man you were meant to be all along. Remember to hit subscribe and join a movement built on discipline, power, and prestige. We're not here to play the game, we're here to redefine it.